Hello, it's Dr. Sai here, coming to tonight, the day before the US election, um, and probably you guys in Wolverhampton and the UK are probably wondering what Simon commenting on the US election for. Right, why is Simon commenting on the US election is because if the US isn't stable, the rest of the world won't be stable. Um, Guys, you can see for yourselves how it's playing out for the last 12 years, why they need a stable government in the US. They're in so much debt in the US through lending from the federal banks and the IMF, that they have to do what big companies and big businesses say. Um, this involves going into countries to get their oil, to get their minerals, and to get their land, because this is a way for them to generate money. Um, Obviously, this is the wrong way how to generate money. War should stop. As I said before, they should stop arming terrorist groups. We've got technology now to find them. Obviously, every device has got a IEMI number, right? So it's not hard to track any individual device really. Right, on the back to the election, Hillary Clinton, right? She's treasonous. She's had a private email address which she's had. Oh, I'm sick of hearing this myself, but she's had a private email address which she's had emails coming in and going out of, which it should have been the secure address for the White House, for what was secure. But obviously, God knows what emails have gone in and out and been leaked and covered and erased and hacked along the way, because every email goes to the server, which the server can be hacked, and then it goes to the recipient, as every text does. It goes first to the company, and then it goes to the recipient every single time. So that's every single piece of text that you send in. That's why you're getting mass breakdowns at the moment all over the internet, as well as the mass hacks, checking the security of different firms, obviously. But with all the people on the internet now sending huge amounts of data, this is why things get blocked. Routers blow, um, different components. That's why people need to go back to the base system that was written on BASIC and improve that system, instead of installing more systems on top of that base system which people can get into, if that makes sense to any of you. Right, back to Clinton. She's a security risk for one. Okay, that in turn would make her a bad presidential candidate, or a bad politician even. So why the hell are you guys actually voting for this person for your president? Because she can't be trusted, for one. Right, that's one thing. Right, second thing, the amount of stuff she's covered up for her husband is, you know, he's a sexual deviant, the and she is a criminal psychopath covering up his crimes. Okay, that's number two. right? I would not trust this woman to run a shop. If she run a sweet shop, I would not go into that shop. If she run a market stall, I would not use that market stall. You know, I tend to go to people who I can trust, right? I would definitely not trust this person as a politician, right? Okay, now we got going on to Donald Trump. Donald Trump is said to have affairs and this, that, and the other. Um, some of these have come out, some of these have been hearsay, but at the end of the day, right, the whole reason that I'm doing this video to you guys now is that I fear that he's going to bankrupt your country, um, like Obama did a few years ago, and then his credit card failed, because obviously there was no money left in the pot until he reset the economy. Um, but this doesn't answer any questions about money and how they're manipulating money at the moment. Um, Donald Trump is lending money left, right, and centre. I would not have this guy in charge of your country. If you're going to make money, generate money, not just lend money and owe out millions and millions and millions. Okay, the way that they're manipulating money now. Okay, obviously, I told you before about them and the IMF, that is, since 1941, since they started, there was planning even before they started how they would work, obviously. But as I've outlined, they lend money to countries so that they can go to war, so that they can sell weapons, so they can buy and sell weapons on either side. Okay? Then they lend the money to the countries so that they can fix the problem which has been caused by them lending money in the first place. Okay? So they encourage companies, they encourage countries to go into other countries to cause war, to get weapons, to get minerals, gold, oil, gas, and that is the bad practices that have got to stop, because to make money you invest in good businesses. Yeah, we've got solar power at the moment, we've got wind power, we've got electric cars, we've got new technology, we've got um, the marijuana business, we've got uh, so many things, so many good things to invest in. There is no reason to invest in bad, dodgy practices anymore. Um, we'll be starting a few good things, a few good projects, to encourage you guys to try and open, well, give you guys ideas, different ideas, um, and as I say, spoilers on that one, but a few good ideas will be coming up shortly. I don't want to put too many out there at the moment because obviously been hacked so many times over 3 years. So good luck for the election, guys. You've got loads of good people over America anyway, so all is not lost when these two idiots get into power. Or what I was going to say, well, one of them two idiots, because they've both been paid for by the same companies, and even though Donald Trump doesn't think he's been paid for by the same companies as Hillary Clinton, if he traces all his debts who's lent off, um, they will be linked with those companies and people too. But say if you, I don't know, for this new millennium, if you want to write in a clause for your presidential candidate, because I think it will be a damn good idea. Um, in the first 6 months of their presidential candidacy, if they didn't fulfil their promises, I mean, I for one would like to hear both of the candidates, what they're going to do exactly, what they're going to do about the environment, and I would suggest a rather quick time frame, say by the end of next year, because that's what I do myself. Um, I'd I'd start working on in the environmental problems as soon as I got into office. Really, that's what I would do. Um, I would like to find out what they would do about the slum areas in their country, the downright poverty in their country. I'd like to find out what they do for their ex-service personnel in their country, both medically with marijuana, PTSD. It should be available to every veteran across the world, really, because if the president or one of the presidents of that country met a ex-serviceman with PTSD and spent a day with them, then they would find out exactly why medical marijuana helps them and why it soothes the mind and helps so many people, and they would get that poker out their arse and actually do something for the people, instead of just themselves and for their profit. Because, as I say, with all these wars and all this manipulation by the big banks and IMF, this is not helping people, this is killing people. They're crap, total rubbish with big pharmaceutical. This is killing people, this is not helping people, not at all. This is injuring people, this is making people ill every single day. With the environmental pollutants, the garages, dumping oil down the drains, in your streets, as you've seen time and time again, um, especially when it mixes with rain and then goes down the drains. That's very nasty practice that has got to be stopped. It's a substance that should not be in the body. As I say, more chemicals go down, more chemicals that them having to put down to clean up after that. Um, Guys, I would stop this very, very quickly, and that is what your presidential candidate should do. Um, not bicker at each other, not. I haven't heard one of them say what they're going to do about the environment. I haven't heard one of them say what they're going to do about poverty, what they're going to do about pollution, what they're going to do about the state of the economy, what they're going to do about jobs, what they're going to do about taxes, what they're going to do about different infrastructure systems. I haven't heard any of this off any of them. All I've heard is throw mud around, and you know that's why the rest of the world is laughing. Is sitting there and laughing. It's like watching a Punch and Judy show. Really, it is, not to which should be intellectual people that want to run your country right. Um, right, with that, before I rant and rant and rant about them pair, because they're just a comedy sketch. They really are. Right, guys, rant over. I'll see you guys really soon. We'll be making the next 420 TV 420 Wolverhampton TV programme as soon as Mikey gets round. He's a little bit busy at the moment, but I hope you've listened to my words, and I hope that they help you as always. For now, Dr. Si signing out. Good luck. Peace.